Could the food on your plate be slowly harming your kidneys, without you even knowing it? For adults over 60, kidney health becomes more critical than ever. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering waste, balancing your body's fluids, regulating blood pressure, and even helping control your red blood cell count. But here's the problem. Certain foods that are extremely common in everyday diets can put silent stress on your kidneys over time. You might not feel it happening, but over the years, the damage adds up. Today, we're uncovering 8 foods that people over 60 should be especially careful about. These are everyday items, things you might eat without a second thought. But by knowing the risks and making a few simple swaps, you can protect your kidneys, improve your energy levels, and feel better overall. Let's break it down. 1. Processed meats, the salty silent strain. First on the list, processed meats like bacon, ham, sausages, deli turkey, salami, and hot dogs. These meats are convenient, but they come with a heavy load of sodium and preservatives, especially nitrates and phosphates. When you eat these, your body gets flooded with excess salt, which causes your blood pressure to rise. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney damage. Add in the preservatives, and your kidneys have to work overtime to filter out harmful chemicals your body wasn't designed to process daily. A better alternative? Fresh lean meats like chicken breast, fish, or plant-based proteins such as lentils or tofu. You can season these at home with herbs and spices, flavor without the danger. 2. Canned soups, a hidden salt mine. Canned soups are one of those pantry staples that feel like a no-brainer. They are warm, comforting, and ready in minutes, which makes them especially appealing for older adults who may not have the time or energy to cook from scratch every day. But beneath that convenience lies a serious health trap: sodium. One standard can of soup can contain up to 1,800 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly the entire recommended daily limit for people over 60 in just one meal. And here's where it gets tricky. The label might say per serving, but many people unknowingly consume the whole can, doubling their intake in one sitting. Sodium at this level doesn't just raise your blood pressure. It accelerates kidney wear and tear by forcing these organs to process and filter excessive amounts of fluid and salt repeatedly, day after day. The real danger with canned soups isn't just the salt, it's that they're deceptively marketed as light or healthy. Labels with words like low-fat or organic don't always mean they're low in sodium. In fact, some reduced sodium versions still pack in over 800 milligrams per serving. And for seniors already managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or early-stage kidney disease, that's like tossing gasoline on a slow-burning fire. So, what's the solution? You don't need to give up the idea of soup altogether. Homemade soups are surprisingly easy to prepare and can be stored in the fridge or freezer for quick meals later. Use a low-sodium broth as your base, toss in fresh vegetables, lean proteins like chicken or beans, and season with herbs instead of salt. Not only do you control exactly what goes into your body, but you also avoid the additives and preservatives found in conversions. Still want that grab-and-go option? Look for soups with fewer than 400 milligrams of sodium per serving and scan the ingredients list for anything ending in 8 or 8. Those are usually preservatives or additives your kidneys don't appreciate. With a little label reading and a few tweaks, your cozy bowl of soup can be both comforting and kidney safe. 3. Pickles and pickled foods, sour taste, serious risk. They might seem like harmless condiments, crispy pickles on a sandwich, a spoonful of sauerkraut with your meal, or a few olives as a snack. But behind that satisfying tang lies a very real threat to your kidney health, especially for adults over 60. Pickled foods are typically preserved in a brine made from salt, vinegar, and sometimes sugar. While the vinegar gives them their signature bite, it's the salt content that quietly does the most damage. One medium-sized dill pickle can pack in 700 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium. That's up to half your recommended daily limit in a single bite. For older kidneys, which naturally lose some of their filtering efficiency with age, that's a massive workload. The excess salt in pickled products doesn't just raise your blood pressure, it also causes your body to retain water. This extra fluid volume means your heart has to pump harder and your kidneys must process more waste. Over time, this can lead to hypertension-induced kidney damage, often without any obvious symptoms until the function is already compromised. Even traditional healthy options like kimchi or fermented vegetables can be deceptive. Though they may contain beneficial probiotics, they're often still high in salt unless made at home with modifications. That's why portion control is key, and so is understanding how these foods fit into your total sodium intake for the day. Fortunately, you don't have to give up on bold flavors entirely. Try making your own low-sodium pickles at home using vinegar, garlic, dill, and spices, without all the extra salt. Or, for a refreshing twist, Slice cucumbers and marinate them in lemon juice, herbs, and a splash of apple cider vinegar. You'll still get that tangy crunch, but with far less stress on your kidneys. In short, pickled foods might wake up your taste buds, but they can also slowly wear down your kidneys. Moderation, smart substitutions, and a closer look at the labels can help you keep the flavor without sacrificing your health. 4. White bread, a blood sugar spike in disguise. At first glance, white bread might seem like a safe, even comforting, staple. It's soft, convenient, and easy to digest, making it a go-to choice for sandwiches, toast, or quick snacks, especially for older adults who may have dental concerns or digestive sensitivities. But beneath that familiar crust lies a surprising threat to kidney health: refined carbohydrates that behave like sugar in the bloodstream. White bread is made from highly processed flour, which has been stripped of nearly all its fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left is a fast-absorbing carb that causes blood sugar to spike shortly after eating. For seniors, especially those with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, this rapid rise and fall in blood glucose is more than a nuisance. Over time, it can damage the tiny, delicate blood vessels in the kidneys, accelerating a decline in kidney function that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. There's also the insulin response to consider. With white bread, your body pumps out a surge of insulin to manage the sugar influx. Chronic insulin spikes not only stress the pancreas but contribute to inflammation throughout the body, yet another factor that burdens the kidneys. This isn't just theory. Research consistently links diets high in refined grains with higher risks of chronic kidney disease, especially in older populations. So what's the alternative? Whole grain breads. These include whole wheat, rye, sprouted grain, or oat-based options. They contain fiber, which slows digestion and prevents those dangerous sugar spikes. Plus, they are packed with nutrients, magnesium, B vitamins, and antioxidants that actually support kidney function. Choosing these healthier breads isn't just a small tweak, it's a targeted, powerful step toward protecting your kidneys every single day. And here's the key: you don't need to cut bread out of your life. You just need to be intentional about the type you choose. A slice of white bread may seem harmless, but when it's part of your daily routine, the cumulative effect can be harmful. One small swap, made consistently, can have a long-term impact, especially when your kidneys are quietly depending on you to notice. 5. Sugary cereals, dessert disguised as breakfast. It's a quiet morning, the sun's peeking through the window, and you reach for that trusty box of cereal, the same one you've been eating for years. Maybe it's got a cartoon mascot, or maybe it boasts phrases like part of a balanced breakfast or fortified with vitamins. But flip that box around and take a closer look at the label. Many popular cereals, even those marketed to adults, are shockingly high in added sugars. Some contain as much as 10 to 15 grams of sugar per serving, and let's be honest, when was the last time anyone actually measured a single serving of cereal? We tend to pour until the bowl feels full, often doubling or tripling the sugar load without realizing it. So what's the connection to kidney health? The problem lies in what that sugar does after you eat it. Consuming high-sugar foods regularly can lead to elevated blood glucose levels, which, over time, wreak havoc on the delicate filtration system inside your kidneys. This is especially dangerous for people over 60, whose bodies are naturally less efficient at regulating blood sugar and processing excess glucose. And it doesn't stop there. High sugar intake also contributes to inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance, 3 risk factors that often work together to impair kidney function. The sugar hits your bloodstream fast, your insulin response kicks in, and your kidneys are left to deal with the metabolic aftermath. Now here's the kicker: these cereals are often low in fiber and protein, which means you're left feeling hungry again within an hour or two. That leads to more snacking, more sugar spikes, and more wear and tear on your body's systems. Coming up, we'll look at a snack food that many people over 60 reach for between meals, and why it might be doing more harm than good. 6. Salted snacks, crunch now, pay later. Potato chips, salted nuts, pretzels, crackers, these are go-to snacks for many seniors, especially between meals. But they are dangerously high in sodium and often full of unhealthy fats. It's easy to eat a lot of these without noticing. And every handful adds to your daily salt intake. For aging kidneys, this constant barrage of sodium is like a slow drip of stress. Reach for unsalted almonds, air-popped popcorn, without butter, or roasted chickpeas. These give you that satisfying crunch without the kidney strain. 7. Cheese, a double trouble dairy. Cheese is rich, creamy, and delicious, but it's also high in both sodium and saturated fats. For people over 60, this can be a double whammy. Too much sodium raises your blood pressure, and too much saturated fat can raise your cholesterol. Together, they increase your risk of heart disease and put more strain on your kidneys. The kidneys and heart are closely connected. What affects one usually affects the other. You don't have to give up cheese entirely. Just eat it in moderation. Choose lower sodium options like ricotta, mozzarella, or Swiss, and limit portion sizes. 8. Soft drinks, fizzy but harmful. Last but not least, sodas and soft drinks. Regular sodas are loaded with sugar, sometimes over 10 teaspoons per can. And diet sodas aren't much better. Many use artificial sweeteners and phosphoric acid, which can interfere with calcium metabolism and increase the risk of kidney stones. Studies show that people who drink soda regularly have a higher risk of developing kidney disease, even if they feel healthy otherwise. Water, herbal teas, or fruit-infused water are much better alternatives. They are hydrating and free of the harmful additives. The good news? You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Even replacing 1 or 2 of these harmful foods with healthier options can reduce the strain on your kidneys and improve how you feel day to day. And if you're someone who likes a little guidance, there's a fantastic option: senior-friendly health tracking apps. These let you log your meals, monitor your salt and sugar intake, and even track blood sugar levels. Some even offer reminders and meal suggestions based on your dietary needs. Tools like this are a game changer for staying in control, without the guesswork. As always, before making any significant dietary changes, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. Your body has unique needs, and personalized advice is always best, especially if you already have a health condition or are on medication. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health smart content just like this. We've got more videos coming your way, so check the links below for related topics, and don't forget to follow us on social media for daily health tips. Your kidneys do so much for you. Isn't it time to return the favor?